Today's day 13th. I'm gonna do it here. We're gonna do it together, and hopefully, eventually, we're gonna be doing more live. We're gonna be doing more presentations like that, drawings like that. And again, neurographic art is absolutely amazing transformational method tool based on psychology and creativity. Maybe you don't believe in it, maybe you do not like it. That's fine, that's okay. The method's been proven, scientifically proven. It works, it's amazing, it's effective, it's easy. Use it. So day 13th, we're working on the same algorithm, removing limitations algorithm. And from day one, we're working on the same topic. We picked one topic. In order to be effective, we are getting through this 21-day challenge with the same topic to get the best effective results. As always, we start with the warm-up. We write 20 or more words in 2 minutes. I'm not going to do it right now. I'm standing. You can do it on your own. Just think about your topic. Any word associates with this topic comes to your mind, write it down. Don't think, don't analyze. We'll work with subconscious mind. Whatever comes to your mind thinking about this topic, whatever resonates with this topic, write it down. 2 minutes. And as always, if you have more than 20 words, fantastic. If you have less than 20 words, maybe this topic is not very accurate, very important to you at this point in life, or maybe you're just getting distracted thinking of something else. Maybe stop timer and continue writing until you have more than 20. So that's the first step, warming up our neuron connections and writing things down. Next step, we are releasing what's blocking us from achieving this goal. So on the count of 3, first we do, I'm sorry, got distracted. But anyway, so we take a deep breath in and out, and you think about this topic. You think about how bad you want to achieve this goal, whatever you're working on. And on the count of 3, we're gonna scribble, release whatever's been holding you back from achieving. And by now you should know what it looks like. So on a count of 3, 1, 2, 3. This funny little scribble, no, not so little. This is the blockage. That's what's been holding you back. You are looking at it right now because you already have your neuron connections in your brain. You're acting the way you're acting or responding to a certain situation the way you're responding based on your neuron connections. The way you grew up, the way you were raised, the books you read, the friends you were hanging out with, the teachers in school and co-workers at work, all this, the way you were brought up, all this created those neuron connections that you have in your brain. And when you're trying to achieve something and you can't, you're stuck somewhere, that's because you need new pathways, you need new ideas. And sometimes it's hard because you have this blockage. And maybe you were taught certain way, in your life about certain things, or you were told certain things throughout your life. You're not good enough, or you can't do this, or this is not for you, or this is how we've been eating, this is the pattern of food habits you had in life. And it's hard to change it because all those neuron connections are created this way, and it's hard to step out, think outside the box, and do something uncomfortable because your brain knows what it knows. So achieving new, getting to the new position, new point, getting to your result, it's harder than you thought sometimes. And neurographic art can help you with this. So I know my topic. I work on this new project, and by now on day 13th, I have an idea. I have new insights. I have certain things that came to my mind that I didn't think about, because during those 13 days, rewriting this new program, new neuron connections are created and they're getting stronger. So the process has started. But still, this is the blockage that we're working on. And neurographic art, the removing limitation algorithm, it's universal. You can work absolutely on any topic. You can work on relationship to improve your relationship. You can work on achieving different goals. You can work on quitting bad habit, anything you want. Growth, your financial growth, absolutely anything you want. Pick your topic, one word, health, finances, project, relationship. And then when you write those 20 more words, then you can expand what it means to you. Why is it so important when you activate neuron connections? Anyway, so this is the blockage. And now we are going to round off all the intersections. As you know, every line creates sharp corner. Every line that intersects creates sharp corner. And we are smoothing it and creating harmonious situation, and this way avoiding sharpness, edginess, and getting away from conflicts. I'm not going to go over exactly how we round the corners. There is somewhere on the channel tutorial, very quick and very easy tutorial on how we do conjoining, called conjoining or rounding off the corners. This step is extremely important. Every step is very important. In order for neurographic art to be effective, you have to do all the steps correctly. There's so many different videos on neurographic art on YouTube, and people just being silly, and they write circles and squares and they teach people saying it's neurographic art, but it's not. And it might seem really silly to you, like whatever, we're doing certain scribbles and stuff. We are working with our psyche. It's not, you take it serious. You have to take it serious if you want to achieve results. You don't just treat it as a joke. And if you do, nothing's going to happen. You're going to have a nice abstract art, but you're not going to achieve results. You treat it seriously. This is really wonderful, amazing tool. I would not share it with you if I didn't, not that I didn't believe. Of course I believe in it, because it changed so many things for me. It transformed so many different aspects of my life. I have to share it with you. I don't care where this video takes me. If, the more people watch it, if it resonates with you, if you say, you know what, I like it, I'm going to try it, great. If not, there are other things, that you might like better. That's totally fine. There's so many things. But I am a certified neurographic art instructor. I have my diploma. I got my degree from the founder, Pavel Piskarov, from Institute of Psychology and Creativity. And because some people just watch the video and they decide they can teach other people. But I guess in this life right now, in this world with social media, anybody can do whatever the heck they want. Is it the right thing? No. So we smooth all the corners on our catharsis. This is our release. We smooth the corners that appeared during this release. Next thing you already know as well, this is day 13th. We are extending those lines. Paper, doesn't matter, big, small paper you have, you're working on. This is your life, and we connect with the society. These borders here, this is not the end of your life, does not end here. But we have to extend all those lines using neurographic line all the way to the edge of the paper. Because if you stop somewhere here, what is this? You're not connecting with anything. It's just hanging by itself. It's unfinished, and we don't need that. Our end goal for this catharsis to be invisible, to be completely dissolved in the entire drawing, because this is the goal. This is the blockage. We're working on this topic. This funny little scribble stops us from getting there. And now we're working with our subconscious mind, and we are creating beautiful abstract drawing and working on our end goal. So all those lines that are hanging, we are extending using neurographic line. As always, you know, it's the line that does not repeat itself on any part of its movement, and it takes you where you do not expect it to see. It's not a line that repeats itself, because we are breaking away from stereotypes. We are learning to think outside the box. We don't need the same line, the same road you go to work every day. We do not need the same line, sinusoid, zigzag, or loops, repeating loops, the same way you're thinking about, you know, achieving your goal and not getting anywhere without any creativity, without any new ideas. We are using neurographic line, very unique line. And if it takes you to the right, you intentionally take it to the left. If it takes you to the left, you intentionally change the direction. We are training right now our brain, we are training it to think outside the box. Because your brain, like, oh no, if this is the question, this is the way I answer, this is the way I know how to answer the question, because this is the pathway I have in my brain. Oh no, we need new ideas. I'm not going to go the same way. I want to go left. No, I'm going to go right. You change it. We are rewriting the program. We cannot erase what we have in our brain, but we can rewrite the program. It's called neuroplasticity. And this is amazing. This is amazing that we can actually do that. And every line is a thought. That's another thing. It was taking me a very long time to create videos, to talk while I'm drawing, because usually doing neurographic art, especially when I was, attending Institute of Psychology and Creativity, it is a very deep work with subconscious mind. You get out something of your brain, sometimes very deep and very touchy, very deep, like something that's been sitting there for a long time and you didn't even know. And every line is a thought. When you think about your topic, you can just think about it or talk it through and saying, this is an amazing project I'm working on. It's wonderful. Great ideas in there. Helps so many people. I can't wait for the work to be completed. You talk it through. Every line is a thought, positive thought. Very important, positive thought. We never do neurographic line thinking like, oh man, I really hope it's gonna happen. I really need to make it work. Absolutely not, never. This is not neurographic art. Every thought is a positive. We are doing changes, we are making changes, we are creating new program, and we are rewriting the old one. And another thing, I've been talking about it before, some people, everyone's different. Some people can do few drawings and they're good. They get there, they get new ideas. Some people are struggling and they need 10, 15, 20, 50 drawings. We call it cases. How many cases do you need for one topic? Don't forget, every new intersection will have to be rounded off. That's the thing in neurographic art. The more lines, the more neurographic lines you create, the better result. But at the same time, you have to think about it. Like, don't get tired. Like, you cannot stop rounding off every line when they create the intersection. Every line has to be rounded off. And practice, you know, if you still are not sure if you're doing your graphic line the right way, it's okay. Keep practicing. You know, practice makes everything better. Repetition is the key. Repetition is the key. So create, just look at it and just think about it, like keep adding neurolines. You know, if you have certain spots that are like empty, like this is a little busy, because don't forget, this is you, your life, society, people, ideas, creativity, everything. So you can't have new neuron connections here and leave this spot unattended. No, you have to fill the field. You have to fill this field with neurographic lines, with new ideas, with positive mind, with positive changes. Very, very important. And usually I do a lot of neurographic lines, like a lot, but I'm going to try to limit today just so we can finish this drawing. I don't want to take hours because usually this format takes 3 hours if I go in details. Right now, we kind of like walk it through pretty quickly because I already did tutorials. Maybe first one and second one you can watch. They're a little more detailed, but the actual lessons when I teach, you know, how the psyche works, how the whole brain works, it takes, one lesson takes 4 hours. It seems like, oh, it's easy. I already explained a few steps, but there's so much more. There's so much more about neurographic art. It's we can talk, even if I have the entire week and we're going to be talking every day, it's not going to be enough. There's so much more. There's so many different algorithms. There's so many different nuances. Is there a word in English? There's so many different details that we can talk forever. But I have a lot of ideas, and like I said, I started this journey and I'm not stopping it. I don't care if I look silly, if my accent is heavy, if certain people think whatever, it's crazy. I don't care. I started it for myself. I started it for you because it helped me so much. And if I can make a little difference, a little change in your life, I will be so happy. It will make me so happy. And if you do everything right, and if you follow all the rules, all the steps, then you will be successful and you'll achieve results and you will transform things in an amazing way. Because I'll have to add color and everything, and like I said, you know, I'm trying to not to take too much time. I think I'm gonna start rounding off. Every corner, remember, creates conflicts, and we're gonna round it off. I do it pretty quick by now. And another thing, this is the step where we do not leave the drawing. We have to round off all the corners. Until then, we can really leave our drawing. You can add color later, and also the last step of neurographic art is stylization, where you can add things, you can add more neurographic lines, you can add more field lines. There's possibility, and that's what I normally do. I try to finish video, well, as quick as possible, because later on I get back to my drawing and I add things if I want to. This step is my favorite. I am saying that all the time. Conjoining, rounding off the corners, this step is my favorite. The reason why, too, I don't like conflicts. My personality, I do not like conflicts. I do not like to live in conflicts. If there's any misunderstanding or stuff, it like bothers me. I can't sleep well. I always try to either get away from conflicts or fix it, fix the problem in real life. And a lot of people, when we do neurographic lines, I have groups and individuals, and you will not believe it. Some people, they will be like, okay, I'm done. And then I see every other line crossed out and it's not smoothed out. It's not harmonized. I mean, there's sharpness. And those people, because I know them a little bit and I know they live their life, it's all about conflicts. So they do not see those corners where I'm always trying to avoid it. So like this is number one for me. I'm always going to look at the all intersections to make sure it's done. So we are harmonizing our drawing right now. We are smoothing all the corners, because if there's any struggles on the way to achieving your result, your goal, this is also corners, represents the sharpness, represents those obstacles. So it's everything. It's conflicts, it's edginess, it's obstacles, it's anything that can stop you from getting where you want to be. And we are trying to harmonize it and get there the best way possible. And I always talk about that you have to listen to your body. Like right now, I feel my mouth is getting so dry. I need to get some water. Your body will always react when you do neurographic art. Not maybe at first when you're just learning and you're concentrating on drawing and you can't think about like, what do you mean my body will react? But because we work with subconscious mind, we are working with certain things that blocks you based on your existing neuron connections, and they block you from getting where you want to be right now. We get something out of your past or out of your existing path, and we're trying to change it, and brain does not like changes, so your body will react. You might feel certain aches in certain part of the body. You might start yawning. It's like the first indication, because that's another thing, resistance. Like your mind will try to get you away from what you're doing, because it's so familiar with what you have right now. It's so familiar with all the things you're doing right now. And when your brain will figure out, oh, you're trying to do some changes, it will create this strong, strong resistance. It does not, our brain is an amazing, absolutely amazing, but very lazy. Does not like changes, does not like changes. And again, I'm not sure, like I might be repeating myself, because usually when I do neurographic art and I do it every day, it's deep thinking for me. I do every neurographic line and I think positively about the project, about all the effects and all the positive changes. And sometimes I notice on the video, I keep talking, I keep explaining, and then I stop and I go in the quiet mode. And the reason why, I'm my deep thoughts. And you can put like a little pleasant music in the background. That's what I usually do. Definitely have a glass of water. If you want to take a little break, get up, stretch, take a breath in and out. Take a quick walk around. But please, please, please finish smoothing all the corners. I'm almost done. I definitely want more neurographic lines. That's another rule. The more the better. And maybe after we finish 21-day challenge, maybe I will go step by step about this process and explain why each step is so important. And I'll explain in depth because, like I said, usually like one lesson is like at least 4 hours, and we can cover everything right now. But by now you should have an idea of basic. This is basic. I just gave you basic. So I'm checking all the corners, making sure. See, I do need a lot more neurographic lines, but it's okay. When it's step, when I will have stylization step, I'll create more. And also, don't try to find any symbols in your drawing and stuff. It's not a therapy art, it's an abstract art, so we're not looking for any symbols or anything in our drawing. Okay, and also, yeah, and it's not only just about feeling good. You know, we are transforming things. So we're working with our psyche and we are working with subconscious mind. And I take time to make sure the lines are smooth and nice, but it's a little different me standing and drawing right now. But I felt like today on day 13th, I needed to come out and show my face and say, hey, I'm here. I'm doing it with you because I know the last few videos I did the drawing and then I edited like the short video because I wasn't doing any talking. I was just drawing in my own mode, you know, with the music, with the deep thoughts. I could have done the whole video, you know, just in a quiet mode, but I figured. So, like I said, you know, it's not perfect. It's not ideal. It's not exactly what I had in mind when I was like, oh, we're going to do 21-day challenge. But that's okay. That's our first time. Next time will be better. And next time will be even better. You know, we learn as we go. We do it together. I've been doing neurographic art for 4 years. I've been teaching for almost 2. And it was never the idea, oh, I'm going to learn it so I can teach others. It was, I'm going to learn it. I'm going to get my diploma. I want to know all about it. I want to understand how it works. And it did amazing things for me. I'm sharing it with you. I really, really hope you will find it very useful and you will stick with it because you really don't need to go anywhere. You can do it anywhere, in the car, while you're waiting for your kids, or doctor's office, on the plane, boating. I mean, really anywhere. You know, before bed, waking up, anywhere. This is very convenient tool, you know. Of course, you can go to a therapist, you know, and a lot of people do, and there's a bunch of great therapists and stuff. Can pay a lot of money, sit there and talk. It's great. Do this too. Just do this, you know. Don't don't question it. And like I said, if you completely like, oh, whatever, it's okay. It's okay. Find other things. There are plenty more. All right. So next step. You know, me speaking with the video camera. I'm surprised I didn't say any more stupid things, but I might have, or I will. Oh, see, I noticed one more. And that's another thing. Even me recording this right now, I'm thinking maybe 1 year ago wouldn't even be possible. I couldn't do any videos. I couldn't look at myself. I couldn't hear my voice on camera. Because of neurographic art, I am able to record it. I really don't care much. It is what it is. This is who I am. This is how I talk. This is it. This is what you get. And you don't like it, you don't like it. But it will be there Maybe eventually somebody will come across this video, maybe it will help them. Even if even one person will find it useful, and one person will say, oh my God, I love the method, I'm using it, it helped me so much, I'll be so happy. One person. I keep hitting the microphone. All right, I think all corners, just when I said I think all corners, nope, not all, rounded off. So we call it conjoining, rounding off the corners, smoothing conflicts, breaking away from edginess, avoiding bad situations. We did it. We got this done. And next step is, yes, adding color. Integration. Next step is integration. It will be really interesting. I think I might use crayons because pencils. You use soft pencils for this, for your drawings. We have markers, soft pencils, and a paper. But I might use crayons because I feel like it's going to be easier for this big format. So intuitively pick colors, 2-3 colors, and start adding colors. We are creating big meanings right now, okay? So all those little things, they're little segments of your life, they're little segments of this topic you're working on. So we have to put it all together. We have to integrate it together. So we are adding color. Intuitively, take 2, 3, you can do more. It doesn't matter. You can do 5 if you want to. But I usually, do 2, 3. Intuitively pick the color, what resonates with you, the color that's calling your name, and start adding color. When I say creating bigger meanings, like this one segment, 2 segments, they are small parts, segments. And the rule is to color 2 or more together. This is how we create bigger meanings, okay? So like I said, we have to harmonize it not only by rounding it off, but we have to, now we're getting access to inspiration, because it's a happy process right now. We worked so hard on creating those new neuron pathways. We worked so hard on smoothing off all the conflicts, and now it's a happy process. We're adding color, we're access to inspiration. We are making it beautiful, because neurographic art is an abstract art, but it's also about beauty. Aesthetically, it has to be beautiful. You have to love your drawing. Don't worry about other people. You have to love it. And it's all right if you don't at first. That's okay. You will figure it out. That's another process. You don't like it because there's still certain process going through. Eventually, repetition, doing steps same over and over again, you will figure out what makes it prettier for you, aesthetically looking more beautiful. It's about beautiful integration. So we are integrating 2 or more segments together, creating bigger meanings. We are getting access to inspiration. We are working with archetypes. I will talk about it more in details. Like I said, I have a lot of plans. You keep hearing me saying, oh, we'll talk about this, we'll talk about that, and we will. We will. Don't forget, we all have life, and the reason why sometimes I do a quick one, I record, the quality is not very good, I'm not really good at editing, and people say, outsource it, outsource editing. I will, eventually I will. I know videos don't look very professional. I get it, I understand, but small steps, small steps, because I called you for doing this 21-day challenge. I created this 21-day challenge, and I have to follow through. And if I don't have time to outsource it, if I don't have time to edit and make it beautiful and it looks pretty bad on YouTube or whatever, source, it's okay. And I'm sorry. If you're like, oh my God, couldn't you do a better job? I could. You're probably absolutely right. I could have. But there's so many other things happening. So I do my best. Very often I'm like, oh, I have time between making dinner and going picking up my daughter from dance or something. I'm like, you know what? I do have an hour, so I will create this drawing. And then when I come back or when everyone else is asleep, I edit it really quick. I'm editing really quick and then I'm posting. So yes, it could have been done much better. It is not very professional. 100% agree with you. But it is what it is. I do what I can. We're doing this challenge together. And hopefully going forward, I will do a better job. So it's not really very comfortable for me to do this coloring this way. So it's not going to be perfect. And also it's coloring, like you can do shading, you can do put one color on top of another. Experiment. You know what I mean? You absolutely can do one color putting on top of another. So experiment, do what looks good for you. It's about you. It's about you. This neurographic art and the drawing you do every day, it's about you. It's about you taking care of you. It's about you thinking of yourself. It's about you finally making those changes that maybe you've been waiting for a long time. So it's a beautiful process. And, if something doesn't work, don't beat yourself up. If you corners still look a little, I don't know, edgy, it's not perfect, it's okay. Work on it, practice. Take a piece of paper, just do neurographic lines, and then start rounding off. Just work on that. Or just learn how to draw neurographic line. You have no idea how many people I have that been doing neurographic art for a long time, and they still don't know how to do it properly. It's hard. It's hard because your brain will not allow you. Like it's hard. It's getting. In order to be comfortable, you have to get through uncomfortable first. So it's not easy. But hard and difficult things are good. They make us stronger. They make us to get where we want to be. They make us, did I say it correct? I don't know. But anyway, so following the rules, 2 or more segments together, aesthetically should be looking beautiful for you. And if somebody in the family, whatever, tries to talk you out of it and say, oh my God, you're doing stupid things and stuff, don't listen. Don't listen to anybody. Listen yourself and following your heart. I know a lot of people are so busy. A lot of people are doing things for others. A lot of people helping others. It's great. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful thing to help others. I love helping people. But do not forget about yourself. If you do want to change something, it's going to be better for other people too. You change things for yourself, you will be happier. Right. I'm trying to see how it looks on the camera. See, I'm getting really, really hot. Heart. My heart is telling me something. It's getting very hot. My body really reacts like something. The process is going. The process has started. The process has started 13 days ago when we started this algorithm, when we started the challenge, and every day, new process. is happening. It has started. The new pathways has been created, and I almost feel like there's a struggle in the brain. I have this old pattern that my brain is familiar with, and I'm like, okay, we're doing things this way, and here I am. Oh, no, 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 no. New route, new pathways, new program, going through this resistance, through this struggle, and my body reacts. I get hot or thirsty or headaches. We're getting through. The main idea at the very end, for the old program to become obsolete, we keep rewriting, same topic. It's so important to us. We are getting there. We are achieving. We're good. We're strong. We're capable. And every day, new process, going, new program. And the old one fades away, little bit by little, every day. So I don't even know. I have to look real quick what time it is. Okay, I have a little bit of time. So keep adding color. I'm talking, you add color the way you feel. Don't forget that white is also color. We don't have to complete and add color in every single part, little segment. But if you leave, let's say, that's something I didn't mention before. Let's say if you color everything, but you left this one segment white, but everything else you follow in the rules, and you color 2 segments together, and you left just this one here blank white, that's going to be wrong, because white is also a color, and it's 1 or 2 segments together. Let me explain. Maybe I'm not explaining myself very well. I'll just show it to you. I'm just show it to you. Okay, my coloring skills are really beautiful in this drawing. Just kidding. I do my best. I do my best. So many different, so many ideas. Every time I think about neurographic, I'm like, oh, I need to tell you about this step, or I need to tell you about the color. But it's a different lesson. Neurocolor, neuromandala, neurotiming, neurosketching. There's so much in neurographic art. Like, we can work like this. Algorithm is universal. You can work on anything with this algorithm, but there's specific algorithms too, to work on specific things. And that's why when people call me and we work, and they're like, hey, what are we going to be working on? What is your request? And there's specific algorithms, and we're going to cover it sometime eventually. So, okay, for example, let me finish this segment, and then I'll show you what I meant by not leaving one white segment alone. At the end, I will fix it. I will work, and I will post the end in my thumbnail. I will post the end result. And I'm sorry about the thumbnails too. Like, I know they are really bad looking, unprofessional thumbnails and stuff. And sometimes I turn YouTube and I'm like, hey, what's most important thing? And they're like, oh, thumbnail. I'm like, oops, failed. My thumbnails in YouTube. I'm new. I'm new to all this. Like I said, different generation, they don't even have to learn. They just know it all. They know how to edit. They know where to go for certain things, for grabbing, I don't know, different pictures and formats and resources. but we can find out, we can learn. Just need more time. I just need more time, more than 24/7. I have a lot of energy, I have a lot of ideas, but 24/7 is not enough. You have to sleep too. I wish I could function without, but we need to have proper nutrition, we need to have enough sleep in order to function properly. All right, so let me give you an example when I said 2 segments or more together. For example, you see, like this segment connects with this one, and this one, so it's proper. We're creating bigger meanings. Same thing here. This segment connects with this one, so we're following the rule, right? Everything should look good. And now look at this white one. It's here by itself. White is also a color. So this one segment, it's sitting here by itself when you have to color 2 or more together. But this is white. How do you color? How do we fix it? Does it make sense? So what you can do, you just take your marker and you create a neurographic line inside and round off the corners real quick. So we'll round off the corners. So now from this one segment, by drawing neurographic line here, we created 2. And now you have 2 segments together and it's not hanging by itself. And now we're following the rule where 2 segments or more have to be the same color. White color, 2 segments or more in one color. Does it make sense? So that's why if you have this situation where there's one little segment hanging out, one color, you just draw neurographic line and you created 2 little segments. Where this one is fine because this one connects with this one. Okay, so this one's white connects with this one. So these 2 segments together. Okay, maybe I'll do one more color. And maybe it will be green. And don't rush. Like sometimes when you don't know what color to pick or you don't know what to color, look at it. Look at your drawing and just take time. Take time and think. Just feel about it because your subconscious mind will guide you. Just look at it and kind of feel about where would you want this color? Why did I pick green and where would I want it? And we do not analyze. We do not analyze. I'll say again and again, we work with subconscious mind. We do not analyze. Don't question why. This is how it works. We work with our psyche and we do not analyze. You know, this is our life, our topic. We are, not rounded off. We are creating new pathways. We are working in it. We're harmonizing. We're finding the best way. We're doing integration. We are accessing this inspiration and creativity in us, you know, because whatever it is, whatever you are working on at this moment, whatever your topic is, it's about creativity and inspiration, finding new ways or finding the way to get there, the most effective way, the shortest and effective way. This is not bright as green as I thought, but it's okay. And I'm not gonna go too crazy with the color. I don't want this video to be like for many, many hours. Obviously, it's a way bigger paper than you're using right now. But then again, who knows? So I will finish integration later on, but I want to get through all the steps with you on here. I don't even know if I'm going to be posting it. Maybe I'll watch it. Actually, believe it or not, I don't watch the videos because I think if I watched every single video, I doubt that I'd be posting it. I have to work on my self-esteem. I worked on a lot of things with neurographic art. When I tell you neurographic art is absolutely an amazing tool. Amazing tool. A lot of people, a lot of psychologists, psychiatrists, they use this method as a secondary tool in their practice. And at the time when I was studying my course, and when I was in University Institute of Psychology and Creativity, pretty much all of them, they were either psychiatrists, psychologists. It was pretty interesting, pretty amazing, because they get it. Not enough color. I'm looking at the camera and I see the drawing there. You see how this part is taking and this is empty. This is very important too. Like I see a lot of things when I see my clients' drawings, but I don't say it, I don't interpret. I don't interpret and say, oh, I see a lot of things. It's not my job. We don't do this in neurographic. But I can supervise, I can suggest certain things, like looking, if I had to suggest to myself, I would say, listen, this is what we're working on, this is your blockage and you're dissolving it and you're working on this new pathway, but this part is kind of like empty, needs more color, needs integration, because you got this creativity here, but what happened here? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get favorite, it's not really yellow, but I love yellow. If you see my pencils, you can see the ones I use the most. Let me show you. You can just see, well, I don't have my yellow, but anyway, you can just see in this case the red one and green one I use the most. They're so small. All right, so I'm gonna add a little more color here, even though I wanted to go on and move forward with the next step, but this really bothers me. Like when I'm looking at it, I'm like, no, I can't leave it this way. I need to add more color. So please analyze your own drawing. Don't even, actually, no, and don't analyze. I'm always saying don't analyze. That's not a proper word. Don't analyze it, but look at it how you feel about it. Feel how you feel about it, okay? This is important. Feel how you feel. And please, like, we're all very, very busy. There's a lot of things to do, a lot of things going on. And maybe you're a single mom, or maybe you have a lot on your plate and you're like, okay, you know what, I'll start tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes and then you're like, I'll start day after tomorrow. This is the reason I started this 21-day challenge, because it was always tomorrow. It was always another time. And I realized I need a system, and that's what I worked on before I worked on this topic. I worked on system in my life. I did not have a system. I had so many ideas. Oh, I want to do, I have so many ideas. I have all this energy. I cannot wait to share. But there's always something else. Well, first of all, it's resistance. My brain was, oh, no, 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 no. We're not getting any changes. You know why? We're familiar with what we have. You know, she's not doing it. It was resistant. And second of all, discipline and system. This is very important with anything you do, not only with neurographic art. You know, discipline and system is the key. Because let's say if you're working on healthier lifestyle, you want to go to the gym, you want to lose weight, you want to eat healthy, make better options. You're like, okay, today I'll have this piece of cake, I'll start tomorrow. Same thing with neurographic. You're watching, I'm too tired right now, I'll do it tomorrow. Start today. Tomorrow, day after tomorrow, don't wait tomorrow if you can be done today. Just don't. And I'm not saying it because I've heard it somewhere, somebody smart said something. I'm talking from my own experience. This whole thing, this whole 21-day and the whole neurographic art experience and whatever I'm going to be doing after that, you know, with you and posting, it's about experience. It's about doing things. It's about not putting things aside for tomorrow. And that's something I wanted to do. Like I said, when I first got my diploma, I was like, oh my God, I love it. I kept drawing every day, a few times a day. And then when changes occurred, one after another, I'm like, you know what? It's not magic. It's neurographic art and it's science. It's not just like something, it's science. And of course, you know, some of you might think like, okay, just pray for it, it will happen. Absolutely. I trust in God. You know, I pray every day. I wake up and I pray for my family, for my kids. I go to I go to bed and I pray for my family, you know, for my kids, for health and well-being. But this is different. This is the tool. This is the tool that we pray and we know God will hear our prayers, but this is the tool transforming scientifically what's already created on our brain. It's like a computer and we're just going to rewrite the program. So it's different. It's the tool. It's the method that you have and you can use and you should use. All right. Ideally, it's asking me. See, I'm looking at the drawing and it's like, I'm not even like, oh, what else do I need to do? I don't know. It's like asking me, and I'm like, oh my God, right here. I need to add yellow here. It's obvious. To me, it's obvious. And look, I noticed another corner. And this is what you're going to do. When you're going to start adding color, doing integration, you will notice some parts are unfinished. Well, especially it's harder for me working on this big format. I don't know. How many people think I'm going to post this video? I don't know. See, I'm doing 21-day challenge and I challenge myself wondering if I'm going to post it. I don't know what I look like. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know what my accent look, what you hear. I don't know. It might hurt your ears. I've been here for almost 25 years. I love Florida. I love Florida. God was very good to me when he sent me here. Okay, not perfect. Interesting, because I'm looking at the distance, I'm looking at my drawing, and I feel like this part needs more color too, but then I'm definitely never gonna post it if I'm gonna continue for another hour. I promise you I'm gonna make it prettier color. I need to add, like it's asking me. Like I'm looking at this drawing, I'm like, oh, I need more blue. Is it a different blue? I feel it's a different blue. All right, I'm finishing this segment and we are moving on as I have place to be. It does take time. Neurographic art does take time. And that's why I've been telling you before, you know, take a smaller piece of paper. When you do have a lot of time, even for me, I've been doing it for so many years. When I take A4 format, you know, the regular paper size, it takes me 2-3 hours, solid 2-3 hours. So I don't want you to get tired of it. I don't want you to unfinish it. And be systematic, be systematic. And if you did maybe 13 days and you start getting tired of it, don't. That's the hardest part, and that's the most important part. And that's why I'm challenging you and I'm challenging myself. And this is why I posted. I'm like, you know what? We are in this together. Don't quit. Don't quit, no matter what. Trust me, the next few days are so insanely busy and crazy. And I'm like, oh my gosh, when am I gonna find time to do it? I'm gonna find time because it's a discipline and because it's a system. And I'm going to be using smaller ones, but we're going to get it done. All right, that's all right for now. Next, field lines. Remember, divine, help from the divine. You can use existing neurographic lines or add the new ones. And 2 lines to 5. And don't forget, you will have to smooth all the corners again. And they have to be bold. I wish I had a thicker marker. You know, the divine lines. So this is our topic we're working on, and whatever you believe in, you know, there's power bigger than us. God, universe, and we are getting help. We are not alone, and I think it is very important to know you are getting help. And very often, by this process or when we do fixation, you might start getting some insights. And I told you, keep a piece of paper, index card, by you always. I had a lot of different insights while drawing on this topic for 12 days. And I have a little journal where I write things down. I have journal of gratitude where I do gratitude every single day. We talked about it, how important it is. You can do neurographic. I think I posted algorithm of gratitude, but you don't have to do an algorithm of gratitude every day. You can just write things down. What are you grateful for every single day, every single night, at the end of the day preferably. There's so much to be thankful for, small things, big things. I have a friend, we've been working with neurographic art for a long time, and she didn't sleep. She couldn't sleep very well. She had a problem, insomnia, and she was like, oh, Oksana, I don't know what to do. And we did neurographic gratitude algorithm. And I said, do it every night before bed. Just do it every night. And she did. And then she called me and she's like, you know what? I'm sleeping better. Like, I knew that was going to happen. All right. So do you see? It's not very bold, but I will make it bolder. I'll find a thicker marker. So field line. And I will do another one. Divine line. Help from universe. How many people don't ask for help generally. I know so many people, hardworking people, wonderful people. They will never ask for help. They do everything in life themselves. And sometimes there's so many people in life are willing to help, and they are just waiting to be asked. Isn't it like paradox that a lot of people are just shy or don't like to ask for help, but a lot of people are willing to give resources to help with anything they can, but they need to be asked. I'm one of those that don't really like to ask for help, but I'm learning. I'm learning. So this is help from universe. Know it's coming. You know it's on its way. Believe and you shall receive. You are not alone. You are getting closer and closer every day by achieving your goal, by getting stronger. Gosh, this is really uncomfortable to do neurographic in this position, but it's all right. That was my plan for today. I had to go somewhere today, and I'm like, all right, you know what? I rearranged things. It was kind of spontaneous, but spontaneous is good sometimes. All right, I don't know if you can see, I'm looking at the video. So my field lines, they're bolder. And then the last one, fixation, main figure. Remember yesterday we talked in my short video, I did half a circle because this is just the paper, but this is not the end of possibilities. This is not the end of your life. So even if you do half a circle, we assume if we edit more paper, it would be full circle. So it's okay to do half a circle as long as your figure is harmonious. Neurographic art has algorithm, has alphabet, square, triangle, circle, neurographic line, but we only work with harmonious figure in this algorithm. Circle or oval, something without sharp edges, because the whole idea to resolve this catharsis, to have a harmonious drawing, to make aesthetically correct and beautiful, so you love it, and this way it will work. So look at your drawing. Same thing, we work with psyche. Don't overthink, just think about it. Like where is it asking? Like if you were gonna put the harmonious figure, where do you feel it should go? Where does it feel to you that it should go? Excuse me 1 second to make sure. Okay, never mind. I apologize. I want to make sure my kids, because didn't text me. All right. So look at your drawing, and where would that be? This is 9. I know I have somewhere like the bigger marker when I do presentations and stuff, but it's been a while. It's been a few weeks. I will make it better and bolder. And I will post my thumbnail on YouTube, the finished product. I will add more color. I'll make sure I smoothen all the corners. And same thing with you. If you are limited in time, and let's say you have to run somewhere, so after fixation, after we do fixation figure, after divine lines, we do fixation figure, we round off all the corners again. It's very important. Don't go anywhere until you finish it, because you don't want to live the conflict. You don't want to just run away and just work so hard on it and just like live a bunch of conflicts. That's a no-no. You don't want to do that. So, but later on, like in my case, I have to run, I don't have time. But after main figure, the next step is stylization. That's when you look at it, just look at it and just how it feels. Remember, feel how you feel about your drawing and how it feels. And if you want to add more color, add more lines, as long as you smooth all the corners, all the intersections, and as long as you feel it's complete, as long as you feel, I feel good about this drawing. I feel good about this whole process. So I think we're done for today. I will post, it's very unfinished right now, clearly, but I will finish it up and I will post it when it's all done. Thank you so much. I don't know if I'm going to post it or not. We will see. I look at the time. I did 1 hour, 15 minutes. Okay, that wasn't bad. Thank you so much. If you are with me, if it resonates to you, if it just got through a little part of your heart and you're like, I get it, it's interesting, or maybe I don't get it, but I want to try. Whatever it is, thank you so much for being with me. Day 13th, we're getting closer to day 21. I have other things prepared for you after that. Thank you. You're amazing. You are the creator. You are the artist. You can do it. I'm so happy you decided to try neurographic art. Create your best reality. Thank you so much.